I just rolled out of bed after not nearly enough sleep, and today is going to be a really, really long day of travel. I'm heading to Lima, Peru.
I get misty just holding your hand. Walk my way.
Bye, Citizen M. Love you. I'm at the train station now, right in front of me, and I'm going to jump on the train. There's basically like a direct train to the airport in Amsterdam from here, because it's kind of like halfway between Rotterdam and Amsterdam, and that's about a 30-minute trip. That train was absolutely packed, and I guess it's all commuters heading to Amsterdam, which at first for me seemed like crazy. People going all the way from Rotterdam to Amsterdam for work each day. But then I realized like the train in the city in Calgary from the north to downtown is like 45 minutes. It's actually faster to go from Rotterdam to Amsterdam than the north of Calgary to downtown. So totally makes sense. Heading to check into my flight. First flight is to Frankfurt. I'm through security, the record still stands, I still haven't beeped, but the other record still continues. I got the bag searched. Once again, a bit of an airport hack, an airport travel hack is wear a jacket full of pockets, and you can just put all your things from your jean pockets, and like your passport, your wallet, and your phone, and everything into your sweater pocket. It's what I do every time, and I never beep. So don't beep, don't be that guy. Flight number 1 of 3, aka nap, number 1 of many coming up. I actually love flying sometimes because it means I get to sleep, relax, chill out. Next stop, Frankfurt. Made it to, where am I? Made it to Frankfurt. That's the shortest flight, done and dusted. The next one's the long one. I've got like an hour layover to get through immigration, and then it's like an 11-hour flight to Bogota. So the long one's coming up, 11-hour flight. Let's do it. Cool kids at the back of the plane. It's kind of empty, kind of awesome. Looks like I had this all to myself. I'm ready for this 11-hour flight. Que más Colombia. It is so good to be home, just even for a minute. The altitude in Bogota, I can kind of feel it, and that's crazy. And I'm definitely going to be feeling it in Peru once we get up to higher altitudes. I have a really short layover here now. The flight was delayed like an hour in the air just because of like crazy weather. There was thunderstorms and everything like that, so we're really delayed here. And yeah, I should probably go get my flight, but I'm tired and a bit short of breath from the altitude. And yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm flying, but as you can see, I'm already a little bit delirious from the long day of travel. I think the next flight's like 3 hours, so 4 hours to Lima maybe, hopefully. turns out I was really wrong. I got the time change wrong, and not only do I have a 20-minute layover, but I've got like a 2-hour and 20-minute layover. So I'm really tired and just want to get there, but I've got to fight it out a little bit. Jet lag's gonna absolutely crush me this time. I won't get to Lima till like 2 in the morning, which is gonna be like, I don't know, 10 in the morning, my regular time. I'm crushed.
Once again.
¿Cómo se llama?
Frosty.
Frosty. Ay, qué bien nombre.
Dígale hola, dígale hola.
Hola, Frosty.
Yeah.
Coffee to help stave off the exhaustion. And because I'm in Colombia, a donut with arequipe, which is delicious, and it's from Dunkin' Donuts, naturally. Last flight of the day, onward to Lima. Gracias, hasta luego. Este también, si hay espacio, por favor. Gracias. So I made it here to Lima. Sorry it's dark, but it's dark because I'm in a cab and because it's 3 in the morning. I was supposed to get here about like 1:30, but the flight was delayed a half an hour, and then it took a half an hour to get through customs because they realized I had a drone and I was a good boy and declared the drone. And they have like regulations against the drone in that they don't count it as personal baggage, so I had to pay a fee. I had to pay 18% of the drone's cost, so it was like 150 euros I had to pay, and apparently when I leave the country they'll give me that 150 euros back. The whole process just took an hour, and I'm tired, and it's totally fine. I'm totally cool with following the rules of places like that. It's just, yeah, it was an hour. It took a little bit of time. The good news is though, they said that I can fly the drone, that there's no real regulations to the drone other than like national historical sites and national parks, obviously, but they said I can fly in places like Cusco and along the way. So on this Peru trip, it looks like I'll be able to fly the drone. So even though it was a bit of a battle here at customs, that's good news. Now I'm heading to the hotel. It's 3 in the morning, as I mentioned, which means it's 11 o'clock according to my clock, my European clock, and I'm excited to be in Lima, and I'm excited because something else has happened, and I think I'll just talk about that when I get back to the hotel. So let's continue on to the hotel, and then I'll talk about that.
Once again.
Finally in my hotel, and I've got to be a little bit quiet because it's 3:30 in the morning, and I don't want to be that guy who's making all sorts of noise at 3:30 in the morning in the hotel. But the news is we hit 30,000 subs, and it just blows my mind. I say this every time I kind of hit a milestone on this channel, or we hit a milestone, because I really do feel like it's our family, our community. But every time we hit a milestone on this channel, it really kind of takes me a minute to step back and quantify it. Because I think it's really easy to go, oh, 30,000. There's guys that have 100,000 and 1 million and 2 million and 10 million. But I like to try to quantify it and try to think of it in like a quantifiable manner. And I think 30,000, and I think that's like my hometown times like 5 or 4. I can't do math at 3:30 in the morning. And we're hitting like 3 million views now, and 3 million views is like my city. It's like Calgary times 3. It's like everybody in the city watched the video 3 times, or watch a video 3 times, and that's just crazy to me. I mentioned the last time I hit a milestone that I'm gonna do a Q&A. I'm gonna answer your Q&A questions every time I hit a milestone, but I'm gonna do just a quick one because I'm a little bit delirious from lack of sleep, and I wanna be kind of quiet because I don't wanna be like that guy waking everybody up in the hotel at 3:30 in the morning to film a YouTube video. So I'm gonna go into the group. The questions all came from my Facebook group. If you guys wanna join that Facebook, Yeah, I'm definitely tired. Any answer that I come up with for this Q&A is null and void because of exhaustion. But in the future, if you guys want to ask questions, you want to join this Facebook group, then the link is in the description or the first comment to this video. Let's get to questions. I'm just gonna pick 3 really randomly from my computer here. Aaron Peters asks, how to get in touch and approach tourism boards. It's really quite easy. Everything's on the internet. So find whatever destination you're planning on going or want to go to, and then go to their website. Every tourism board in the world, I think, has a website. I'm almost positive the Tourism Board of South Sudan has a website, and you'll be able to find the people that you can contact there. Send them an email, send them not a pitch, don't send them a pitch directly, send them an email questioning or asking who you can pitch, or the right email for somebody you can talk to about image licensing or putting together a project. That's the way to do it. The internet. There's so many resources out there, and all the answers are always on the internet. You can find almost anybody's email address on the internet. So how do you find tourism boards? The internet? This is a good question. In such a competitive world with Instagram and so on, how can one really succeed? It seems that being just awesome isn't enough anymore these days. And that's actually a really good point and really true. Being awesome and being a fantastic photographer isn't enough these days. You could be the world's greatest photographer, and that'll definitely help, and you probably don't need anything else. But just being a very talented photographer isn't enough these days. Look at the work I do for the most part. A lot of it comes with a package. It's not just my work, it's also Instagram, it's also YouTube, it's a lot of other things. Brands are getting more needy, and destinations are getting more needy. They don't just want photos. They want photos, they want exposure to their brand or destination. They want a lot of different things, so you have to try to build up a need for yourself. You have to build up value for yourself. And that's not just photography skills. You have to build a value in other ways, in social media and whatever. So being awesome isn't enough, but it's a pretty good start. And so if you are awesome, work on building up your value and you will find work. There's tons of work out there these days. I promise you, the travel photography industry is stronger than ever right now. And brands and destinations are looking for more images than they ever have before. And yeah, I think it's a really good spot right now in the industry, but you have to work on building your value. You can't just like rock up as a good photographer and be like, hey, pay me money. You have to be awesome and you have to have value. Final question before I go to sleep. How do you decide pricing on an image? This is actually a really good question that everybody struggles with, and there's really a multitude of answers, but the best answer I can give you if you're freelance or you're free or you're independent is there's actually a Getty image calculator. Now, I don't really recommend working for Getty Images because they just give such a small fraction of the earning to the photographer, and I think it's kind of wrong, but they do have an amazing tool, and if you Google Getty image pricing calculator or something like that, it'll come up, and then you just like check all the boxes to decide like what the usage is going to be for that image, and it'll spit out the price. Images have value depending on how they're being used, whether it's non-exclusive rights, exclusive rights, what the distribution is, where it's going to be seen, how many people are going to be seeing it. All of these factors are really important, and so if you go to the Getty image calculator, it's literally a checkbox, and you just fill out the form and it spits out an answer and a price for you, and that's absolutely fantastic. And yeah, so that's my bit of advice there. You can also like have an agent do it. So I use a rights managed agent. You can find rights managed agents out there like Four Corners or Tandem Stock or whoever. So yeah, those are the best two things, but if you're independent, Getty image calculator is the way to go. I'm sorry now if the Q&A was a bit incoherent, but I'm running on zero sleep. I've been awake for over 30 hours and I'm going to bed now. Tomorrow, my photography workshop doesn't start here in Peru, but I have to do like the preparation work for it. So tomorrow I'm probably gonna do the monthly roundup, if I can find time, the monthly roundup of my earnings in the month of May? Are we in June now? The month of May. So tomorrow we'll do the monthly roundup of the month of May, and there was income, yay, making money again. Anyways guys, I'll catch you on tomorrow's episode after I get some sleep and I'm back to normal. And guys, thank you so much. Thank you for the 30K. The next milestone is, I guess, 40K? We'll do 40K. The next Q&A will be at 40K. Let's make it happen quick. See you guys later. Peace.